Well, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a day of judgment. We are taking both bikes down for their MOTs or control technique. Let's see how we get on. We had a little bit of fun riding down to the MOT test centre. So we're in here now and this is where the bikes are tested. This looks like something from the French Revolution. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that, but all will be revealed. I parked the bike up next to the emissions testing area, but as it's an older bike, it's exempt from emissions testing for its control technique. I did ask or suggested that we test it anyway because I was curious to know exactly what emissions it was putting out, but we got a no on that. I think the issue is that the bike's details have to be entered into that machine and it obviously goes on some sort of database. What was done while the bike was parked here was that the tyre pressures were checked and also the frame number and the logbook were checked to make sure that they were indeed matching. So this contraption was used to hoist the bike up from the handlebars in order to check the headstock bearing and headstock play, which seemed bizarre to me because you're putting the whole weight of the bike on the headstock, so you're not going to get any feel. Why they didn't use a centre stand and just tip the bike back to check the front forks and headstock bearings, I don't know. So once the bike was dropped back down onto the floor, the final inspections were made on the frame and bodywork. So what was found wrong with the bike? Just a couple of points really. The emissions and the noise levels I told you were not checked. They're not checked on these older bikes, these historic bikes, but what he did point out and what has been noted is corrosion on the frame. Can you see that just down here? Now that was caused by battery acid leaking down the overflow pipe, and it's not rusty, it's just tarnished the frame. So that was noted. Also noted was rust here. He said just put some treatment on it and give it a little brush of paint. So these are the comments made on the control technique about the rust on the frame. I think that's a little bit harsh, but I'll know for next time. Now, very much like your opinions on this one. Sorry about the quality of the sound. The guy that did the MOT was a successful motocrosser in his day, regional champion, that sort of thing. And he said to me that I'm using an O-ring chain, which I thought was the premium chain, you know, the one to use. But he reckons this is costing me 5 horsepower. He said if you just go to a regular chain, which is greased, he reckons there's going to be at least 5 horsepower difference he said I'd really notice it. Anybody got any experience on that? I'd love to hear your comments.